Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. James Gunn made a couple big announcements about the main villain of the new Superman movie, and it looks like he's using a similar twist from a more recent Justice League Snyder cut in Henry Cavill's Superman, of all places. Surprising, because there was all this drama with the total recasting of all the big Justice League characters, and they still wind up using similar twists from Henry Cavill movies. Even though the movie will be different, it will still feel like a couple of the similar twists. We also got a few preview scenes of one of the major new characters while they were filming, so we'll break it all down. Even though the movie's not coming out till next year, there's still a bunch of big DC stuff coming later this year, like we have Joker 2. There's supposed to be a trailer for that's actually coming out in the next couple of days. Of course, I will do a video for it as soon as they release it. But recently, you probably saw James Gunn responding to a couple reports on the characters in the new Superman movie, which he's been doing on the regular for a long time now. Usually his posts are more about shooting down big rumors, clarifying details, or small previews of characters like the new Superman logo. He literally just posted a teaser for the new Superman cape, too. This post is just disguised as a normal funny dog picture. This is David Corenswit's dog that he's been bringing to set. They're making a Lois Lane joke with Rachel Brosnahan, but in the background, notice zoom and enhance, you can see Superman's red cape hanging behind the chair while they're filming. The most recent report is that the movie is going to feature two versions of Superman, regular David Corenswit's Superman, and here's where we get to the Henry Cavill twist. An evil version of Superman. People keep referring to him as Ultraman, but James Gunn confirmed that it's not a multiverse movie. The multiverse does not figure into the plot in any way. Everything is meant to be happening in the new, rebooted Justice League universe. If you're not a big comic book reader, Ultraman is the Earth 3 crime syndicate version of Superman. He was literally just featured prominently as a main character during the recent Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths movie that released earlier this year.
You think it's a bit absurd to use the emergency beacon in the middle of this. Hell's breaking loose all over this stupid planet.
So I think the people that are calling this evil Superman Ultraman are just using that as shorthand for evil Superman. Bizarro would be another example, but Bizarro isn't evil Superman. He's also just Superman from another universe, Earth 29, another multiverse character. Also featured prominently during that Superman and Lois TV show in live action. They even turned Bizarro from that TV show into a version of Doomsday from the comics by having that version of Lex Luthor kill him over and over again, making him regenerate until his body forms into a Doomsday-like appearance. Supposedly, the evil Superman in this new James Gunn Superman movie will be a clone of David Corenswit's Superman made by Lex Luthor, who James Gunn was posting about. Like he was posting about Lex Luthor, mostly to clarify that he would be the main villain of the movie. That was where all the confusion was. Some people thought that this evil Superman was going to be the main villain. James Gunn was mostly trying to shoot that down, that Lex Luthor would be the main villain. So it sounds like this evil Superman that Lex Luthor is going to create, if that's the case, is just going to be a mid-boss. In fact, the funny thing, this actually might sound familiar because they used a very similar plot for the Superman Doomsday movie back in 2007.
Superman?
Supermen. He's harvesting Supermen.
Evil Superman? Not on my watch.
Essentially, during that movie, it starts out as like a regular Superman versus Doomsday kind of story. He's thought to have died. Lex Luthor uses the opportunity to take Superman's DNA and clone him a bunch of times, does all kinds of sick, twisted, messed up stuff, playing with the clones, torturing them. One of them kind of goes mad, winds up escaping, turns into kind of an evil, unchained version of Superman. Then the regular version of Superman is found to have survived Doomsday, has to come back and stop this evil Superman clone. If you haven't watched a lot of those older animated movies, some of them go really hard, like they're really good. DC's always had really solid animated stuff. And a lot of the live-action movies and TV shows wind up cribbing from those animated movies. The other weird thing is that a while ago, James Gunn said that Lex Luthor would not be the main villain of the movie, so I don't know why he's posting now that he will be the main villain. Maybe he was just trying to mislead people in the past. There have been a lot of directors, especially at Marvel, that will do stuff like this. Like the Russos very clearly tried to mislead people about the title of Avengers Endgame because people guessed it like right after Avengers Infinity War. Like, oh, he said Endgame during the movie. Does that mean that the next Avengers movie will be Avengers Endgame? And they're like, no, absolutely not. When very clearly, yes, that was the title. James Gunn didn't say anything about this evil version of Superman, like he didn't confirm or shoot down any rumors about that, so that means that he's probably still in the movie because James Gunn does shoot stuff down pretty regularly. If he wasn't going to be in the movie, James Gunn would probably say, no, there's not going to be any kind of evil Superman clone. That's ridiculous, which he obviously did not. Early theory right now is that Lex Luthor would just turn him loose. He might lose control of him. He'll go full Homelander on the Earth, and David Cornswell will have to stop him somehow. Even though he's a clone, he'd have the exact same power level as the regular Superman, so it'd be like Superman versus unhinged Superman. For those people wondering what a fight between Superman and Homelander would be like, there's been a lot of fan edits of that. No surprise.
No God. The only man in the sky is me.
And for those of you that don't watch The Boys, Homelander is meant to be a dark parody of Superman. The Seven on The Boys are meant to be a parody of the Justice League. But in reality, like if you're actually talking about a matchup, Superman would wreck Homelander, mostly because Homelander can never become more powerful than he is right now. Like his level of strength and his abilities are totally fixed. Superman continues to get more powerful the more radiation from Earth's yellow sun that he absorbs, so even if the fight were evenly matched when they started, all Superman would have to do is take a sunlight bath in space for a week, and Homelander wouldn't have a chance. And speaking of Henry Cavill's Superman, doesn't this whole Lex Luthor Superman clone twist remind you of Batman v Superman, where Lex Luthor used his own DNA mixed with Zod's DNA and the Kryptonian ship to create Doomsday, then turning him loose on Superman? James Gunn's version would be a totally different story, like it's not the exact same plot. What he said about the movie so far just makes this evil Superman clone sound more like a Kryptonian gigadouche, more like the Eradicator's personality for all you longtime comic book Superman fans.
You know, Metropolis is doing just fine without you. I'm not sure I approve of your methods. I'm not asking for your approval.
There have been a couple different depictions of the Eradicator on the different Superman TV shows in the past. But I think James Gunn might be using that character to help David Cornswell's Superman reconcile his two cultures, like his Kryptonian heritage and his life on Earth, and decide who he's going to be, like what kind of Superman he is going to be. Whereas evil Superman sounds more like he's going to be a total douchebag that Lex Luthor creates with the hopes of having his own personal attack dog that can help him get rid of Superman, then have someone as powerful as Superman that he's able to control and can use that to maintain control over the Earth. Which also, coincidentally, makes it sound similar to the other Henry Cavill Superman story during the Justice League Snyder Cut, with Doomsday using the anti-life equation to turn Superman evil and use him to control Earth into the future, like someone basically having a Superman that they control. During that future timeline, he basically turned Earth into a glorified mining colony for Apocalypse. So I think James Gunn was just trying to clarify who exactly is the actual main villain of the movie, and he was saying Lex Luthor, like he might have to fight this evil Superman clone, but really Lex Luthor is the actual main villain. Moving on to the brand new footage from the movie that we got, this is actually the first look at the Engineer. She's a character from the Authority comics. If you haven't read those, they're actually Wildstorm characters that DC purchased a long time ago and then brought into the DC Universe canon.
Next is a big movie called The Authority. The Authority is a passion project of mine. It's based on the marvelous Wildstorm characters we are now bringing into the DCU and will interact with all of our primary DCU characters. The Authority are a group of superheroes who think the world is broken and they want to fix it by any means necessary. I think it's a very different look at superheroes.
She's probably going to wind up joining that team when that movie does happen, but in this movie, she's supposed to be one of the antagonists. It seems like they're filming scenes of her just using her powers. That's what's going on with this special platform here and her arms being extended. This is more what her powers look like in the comics. She started life as a normal human girl who knew the previous version of the Engineer, then injected her blood with nanites that he created, replacing her blood, giving her all these abilities in her appearance. She can fly, she can create almost any kind of object with her liquid metal, Terminator style. She has radio-based telepathy, she can communicate with and control machines, and her body allows her to survive in the vacuum of space and other really extreme environments. In the comics, she's typically depicted as a good character though, so she might just start out in the movie as an antagonist to Superman or mistrustful of Superman. If she's going to be joining the Authority, most of the Authority characters sound like they're going to be wary of trusting Superman right away as well too. Even though they'll eventually probably work together in whatever the next major Justice League movie winds up being, but that's not going to happen for a long time anyway. Part of the idea with this new DC reboot is that they're trying to do things right this time around, spend the time they need to develop all the major characters before forming the next Justice League team with them. which I am totally fine with. If it takes them another 5 or 6 years, that's totally fine as long as the characters in the movie are solid. There will be some overarching plot connecting all the new DC movies, like during the Marvel Infinity Saga, Phase 1, Phase 2, Phase 3, it was all about Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet. James Gunn revealed that there would be some overarching connected tissue that we learn more about through the movies and the TV shows the next couple of years. Post all your theories about what that mystery is going to be. It'll probably have something to do with the villain of this first new Justice League movie. They're going to be filming the new Superman movie for a while. I'm expecting one of the next official reveals to be that full Superman suit preview. Like, we got the symbol, we got the cape. Next step is to show the boots, the belt, and then the full actual suit. They might actually do things that way where they just give you a piece of the suit until they give you the entire suit itself. There's been a lot of great fan art that'll probably come pretty close to what it actually does look like, though. The real question right now is, did he go with the trunks? Is it trunks or no trunks? And the funny thing is, James Gunn said that he gets that question above all others. Like, the biggest question everybody asks him is, will Superman be wearing the trunks in the new movies? And when it does come to Henry Cavill, it does suck what wound up happening to him at the studio. Like, they definitely did him dirty at DC and Warner Brothers. But do not feel bad for him. He has that big Warhammer TV show, Warhammer movies that he's working on at Amazon. They'll come out in the next couple of years. Those will be great. He has a movie coming out right now. He's in the middle of living his best life. Like, he's actually doing really good right now. Everybody post all your reactions in the comments below. Like I said, there's a bunch of big stuff coming up. We have the Joker 2 trailer coming in the next couple of days, so make sure to enable alerts for my channel so you don't miss that. We also just got that brand new Batman Penguin trailer. I'll be doing episode videos for that. Click here to watch that, and click here for my new Henry Cavill Warhammer trailer video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.